in this video, I'm going to share with you guys some of the prayer points that I used in my Daniel fast. And these are not just restricted to the Daniel fast or any other aspect of the fast, but it is for everyday prayer life. You can incorporate them, and you could pick out one or two things that you relate or sit so well with you, and you can start praying about it. Yeah. Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Iwano and I hope you're doing well and doing just Laka. So if you're new here, I post videos on every Wednesday, so you may consider subscribing and turn on your post notification to be told that the video is up. The very first thing that I prayed for during my Daniel fast, and I'll be looking down from time to time because I wrote most of them in my journal. Yeah, so the very first thing that I prayed for in my Daniel fast, like the biggest prayer point in my Daniel fast, was to seek God and his righteousness. You know, the Bible commands us that we seek God above anything else. That is the very first thing that we have to seek before we ask for these other things. We have to seek God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto us. So after we learn and have a relationship with God, and he gets to know us and we get to know him, there's a point where things just start unfolding, and everything that you want in life, they start coming to you. You know, we can borrow a term from the popular sayings that vibrations are vibrating to your energy and they are coming back at you, you know. So that was my biggest, and that was the major goal for the Daniel fast. And then the second thing that I prayed for so fervently was the aspect of me asking the Lord to reveal my purpose in life. I have mentioned on numerous times on this platform to say, prior to doing the Daniel fast, I never really knew what my life was for, and I never knew what the purpose for my life was. So it was, and part of the purpose of my life is to live a life that is so pleasing before God. It is to live a life that is total worship throughout, and just be a person that God someday is going to shake hands with and be told to say, my G, you did so well, you know, you did a job well done, you know. So it is that motivation that keeps me burning the entire time to say my relationship with God and my intimacy with him has got to be in check, because that is something that I've been called to do, you know. And also sharing my life story, sharing everything and every aspect of my life with people, that also fulfills my purpose. You know, there's this thing that I was sharing with a friend of mine the other day to say, I want to be an adult that I never used to have when I was growing up. In other words, I want to be a role model for other people. I never used to have so many people to talk to and on issues that affected me. I never used to have people on my side to say, we'll give you a hand, we're going to help you learn this thing, we're going to help you with this and that. You know, I just never used to have that outlet to speak freely to people about things that really affected me. And it is for this reason that I, during my Daniel fast as well, I prayed for a very long life over my parents. And I feel I was robbed, you know, for lack of a better term, I was robbed of an aspect of growing up with grandparents, because in an African setup, it is so important that you grow up with those components in your life, because those are the people who teach you everything about life. They are the people that you talk to the entire time. And I prayed for that blessing over my children, my unborn children, you know, and my siblings' children, that they just have this blessing of having grandparents around. And for sure the Lord is answering that call. My parents are wonderful. My parents are wonderful people, and everything is okay with them. Yeah, I can safely attest to that. And the other thing that I really prayed for during my Daniel fast is for divine emotional intelligence. Why did I set out to do such a thing? Because in the past, I used to be a person who was an emotional wreck, a person that never used to know how to handle or sit well with emotions the entire time. I could be so reckless with emotions, including the romantic emotions. Like even in my previous relationships, I can attest that, you know, those relationships where people say, sometimes it's not our exes who are the problems. At times we are the problems, and like I feel like I belong to that aspect of people that say, I was the problem, you know. So yeah, I think, let me not even use the word I think, the pronouns of I think, but I can safely attest that things are better. I know how to handle my emotions. I know how to communicate better when I'm feeling a certain type of way, and not necessarily keep everything to myself. So that is something that I prayed for, and I am learning, I'm getting better and better by the day. Yeah, so emotional wise, we are safe, we are stable, I can say. Exactly. And then the fifth point that I really prayed so fervently about during my Daniel fast was to ask God for a job. And for those that may not know my profession, I'm an environmental health inspector, and for those that do not know anything about that profession, I'm sure you've heard of it and you'd want to learn more details about it. I'm sure I'll make a whole video of what the whole profession is about. It is a wonderful and one of the best professions that anybody could ever have on earth, trust me, because we are called to protect the environment. Come on, let me not even digress. I also ask God for deep wisdom and understanding in all things. You know, the Bible talks about having the power of the Holy Spirit after Jesus had ascended into heaven, and the disciples were given this beautiful gift, the gift of the Holy Spirit, the comforter, the spirit that teaches all things. And I prayed for that, and slowly but sure things are coming to fruition, whereby when I ask for certain analytics on a certain topic or on a certain aspect that I would like to learn in life, things just start unfolding right there and then. I do not know how it works, but God does know how to orchestrate it. And for the most part, I like using the term to say God was guarding, you know. And then I can't believe I've exhausted everything. Yeah, so everything has been exhausted. One of the things that I just want to emphasize so much about prayer and fasting, and just our walk with God as children of God, we have to be so consistent in it. We have to be doing it from time to time, and it has to be part of our lifestyle, you know. So definitely, on that note, I will end this video. I really appreciate the support that we are getting and all the numbers that are coming to the Laka family, and everything is just awesome with everybody. So you're welcome here, and let's grow this platform till we hit 1 million and 1 billion subscribers someday. You know the gist. So I'll see you next Wednesday. Peace out.